Motorsport TV Live, brought to you by Motorsport Tickets, the dedicated motorsport experiences provider.
Hello and welcome to Motorsport TV Live. I'm Diana Binks with all the latest motorsport news. Marcus Armstrong claims maiden win in Formula 2. Michael Masi clamps down on slow running in Formula 1 qualifying, and Jordan Cox takes top honours in TCR Australia. All those stories and more coming up here on Motorsport TV Live. Formula 2 news first, and Marcus Armstrong claimed his maiden victory in a frantic safety car interrupted opening sprint race at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The New Zealander made the most of a strong start from the front row to overhaul pole sitter Liam Lawson to complete a lights to flag win. Lawson was unable to really threaten Armstrong until the final lap and settled for second, while Juri Vips claimed the final spot on the podium. Points leader Oscar Piastri was unable to capitalise on an early spin that dropped title contender Guan Yu Zhou to 17th at the flag. With Piastri finishing 9th, Zhou was lucky not to lose further ground in the championship standings. In Formula 1 news, Fernando Alonso and Oscar Piastri won't face a direct comparison over a potential Alpine Formula 1 seat for 2023, according to Executive Director Marcin Budkowski. Alpine announced at the end of last month that Formula 2 Championship leader Piastri would serve as its official reserve driver next season after missing out on a Formula 1 graduation. Piastri is set to leave Formula 2 after just a single season and is on course to win the championship at the first attempt. Piastri has no racing programme planned for next year in order to focus on the Alpine reserve, but it's targeting a move to Formula 1 in 2023. FIA Formula 1 race director Michael Masi has issued a clampdown on drivers running too slowly in practice and qualifying in Jeddah while trying to create a gap. The move follows some close calls in Friday's practice sessions for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, with the new restriction only applying to a short section of the track at the end of the lap immediately after turn 22, in the corner where Charles Leclerc crashed at the end of free practice 2. In an updated version of his Jeddah race director's notes, Masi wrote, "Any driver intending to create a gap in front of him in order to get a clear lap should not attempt to do this around turn 23 through to turn 25. Any drivers seen to have done this will be reported to the stewards as being in breach of Article 27.4 of the sporting regulations." The relevant article reads, "At no time may a car be driven unnecessarily slowly, erratically, or in a manner which could be deemed potentially dangerous to other drivers or any other person." Teams believe that traffic issues could be exacerbated in qualifying by the need for drivers to run multiple laps to get their tyres in the right zone. Stay with us though, we've got lots more news from the world of motorsport coming up here on Motorsport TV Live. Super Enduro in action there, returning after its one-year absence due to COVID-19. The 5-race calendar gets underway in Poland, and you can catch all of that action later on today. And the Brazil Porsche Carrera Cup Round 9 is already underway if you fancy catching the end of that one. Or if you prefer to watch it from the start, you can of course stream it on demand as well. And you can watch both of those on Motorsport TV this weekend. To Supercars now, and Chaz Mostert says his record-breaking pole lap for the Bathurst 1000 was effortless thanks to his sweet-handling Walkinshaw Andretti United Holden. The number 25 car had been in the top 3 in every session, taking top spot in 4 of the 6 practices. Reflecting on the lap with Fox Sport, Mostert agreed that it was the best he's ever done despite clipping the wall at Forest's Elbow. He went on to say, "It's funny, the car is so smooth to drive. Through the cutting, I felt like I was in a GT3 car. It's fun. I can't put the lap into words. When you've got such a good car underneath you, it kind of becomes effortless. The flow of speed this weekend is amazing. And more news from Bathurst, where Jordan Cox took the win in a tense TCR Australia finale at Mount Panorama, as a tyre failure cost James Mostert a shot at victory. Mostert and Cox were duelling for top spot from the off, and by lap 10 the margin was well under a second. Cox then survived a hairy moment into Skyline as he danced over the exit curb. Mostert managed to hold off Cox until lap 12, when he slowed dramatically due to a delaminating right front tyre. Part of Mostert's tyre was left stuck to the front of Cox's as the Alpha took over the lead, with Aaron Cameron stalking him from half a second back. With Mostert falling back, Cameron and Cox fought a tense battle over the remaining 4 laps, with Cox doing enough to hold off Cameron and secure the TCR Bathurst 400 crown. Michael Caruso took third to make it 3 Gary Rogers Motorsport cars, making it onto the podium. Congratulations to them. Meanwhile, in the S5000 Tasman Series, James Golding won the 3rd race of the weekend, which was shortened due to a frightening crash between Joey Mawson and Jordan Boys. The pair clashed at close to top speed on their way into the chase on the opening lap, Mawson clipping Boys' right rear as he stuck his nose up the inside. That tipped Boys into a high-speed spin, the pair then both bouncing across the middle section of the chase in front of a number of cars. Most got through unscathed, however Yoshi Katayama was caught out by the dust storm, ramming into Boys' stranded car in a second frightening impact. Thankfully, all drivers were able to walk away from the incident, but the crash meant the race was red flagged. Golding then held off Nathan Hearn in a 3-lap dash, which started behind the safety car to take his 2nd win of the weekend, whilst Aaron Cameron took 3rd. It was the 3rd race of the weekend for the open wheel category to be shortened due to crash. That's all for now. I'm Diana Binks. Join us again here on Motorsport TV Live for all the latest news from the world of motorsport. Bye from now.